You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Well, everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is Tuesday. It is 0 dark 30, blasting out of the bunker and heading on out, folks, into the great unknown. And right now, folks, we're learning what the most important amendment is. The most important. Now, a lot of people, and I was one of them, and I still am to a degree, saying the Second Amendment is the most important amendment. How can there be any doubt? What good does it do to have everything else but not the right to defend yourself? Well, we're finding out what it's like to be able to express yourself, to speak, to think. The very concept of freedom of movement, travel, the very concept of freedom to live, to defend oneself, to prosper, that is the happiness clause, right? You should say life, liberty, and prosperity, or property rights. You can't have any of that happening, existing inside the human mind without speech. Isn't it incredible? We're learning this now the hard way. We're learning it now. And folks, it hasn't even begun. The concept of being silenced in America. Well, without speech, you can't think. You can't take in information. You can't read it. You can't watch it on TV. You won't see it on the internet. You won't hear it from the radio. You will not hear it from friends or family or coworkers or anyone. If speech is prohibited, we stop learning. Now, allow me. Back in the Civil War, everyone's favorite bearded jackass, President Abraham Lincoln, guess what he did? He prohibited free speech. He had his police, that's right, folks, his boot stomping scumbags go around and arrest people in the press, in the media, and shut down newspapers who printed things he did not like. Are you aware of that? That's right. Before Hitler, the jackbooted anti-press thug was Abraham Lincoln. And he's just one of many examples. I just like to pick on Abraham Lincoln because I don't think he was the greatest president. I think he was, just like all politicians, he was an opportunist, primarily. While the early presidents, especially George Washington, was not an opportunist. Had he been, he would have said, okay, I'll be king, and accepted kingship, the offer of it. Now, let us back up a little bit. Free speech. It has been taken by the likes of Chairman Mao in China, Joseph Stalin, Vladimir Lenin, Nikita Khrushchev. Oh, Woodrow Wilson. That's right, President Woodrow Wilson. He also forbid people to speak about what? Oh, about a pandemic. Oh, that's right. The Spanish flu back then. Learn about it, folks. Learn about it. It wasn't, apparently it was called the Spanish flu because only the Spanish reported on it while everyone else suffered with it. That was a real pandemic. Now, let us continue. Free speech. There's a reason they called it the Spanish flu, because no one else was allowed to talk about it. They could only read about it from Spain. Spain was the only one talking about it, so it was called the Spanish flu. Now, the most important amendment is the right to think, to be, to exist, to, it separates, it distinguishes us from all the other animals on the planet. I don't want to hear about dolphins can use telepathy. I've seen dolphins up close, and I was not telepathized by them. Dolphins are cool and cute and everything, but no telepathy, sorry. Same with the whales. They got a very keen eye and all that, but no thinking there. Communication, yes, but to the extent that they can audibilize or verbalize or in any way communicate, speak, and articulate an entire concept with one word. Let me give you one word, and it'll just cause your brain to flower with thoughts, be they positive or negative. Ready? Communism. We know what that means. We know what it is. We know the history around that word. We know everything about it. It's politics. It's economics. If you've been educated, if you've been allowed to think and speak and listen and learn, you know what it is. And just saying the one word causes the mind to flower, to open, right? Understanding. That's what they want to take from you, is your understanding. So the founding fathers, patriots. You say the word patriot, and you're like, damn right, man. Red, white, and blue muskets will fuck you up. King George sucks. We hate all the bad guys. Everything that has happened in the world because of the founding fathers and their patriotism. Free speech, folks, the First Amendment. That's why it is the first. Without the first, you can't understand the Second Amendment. All I have to do is say second. I don't even have to say amendment. Second, 2A. As soon as you say 2A, you understand. We're talking about the right of self-defense, determination, the ability to defend yourself, your country, your people, what that means, what that leads to, how it was used. Those are thoughts, folks. Mere words open the mind and cause it to think complex ideas, concepts, and thoughts. It's not just a word. It's what is behind the word. The understanding, the philosophy, everything that that word represents. That is exactly what the First Amendment is about. And that's exactly why Hillary Clinton says there's limits to it. Because she wants to limit your mind. She wants to limit your mind, period. Barack Obama wants to silence you. Joe Biden doesn't want any argument. The mainstream media, social media, they want to get rid of disinformation. No, they want to get rid of disinformation, data information, and other information. Anything that isn't their information. They want to control the information, so therefore they have to control language. And once you controlled language, you now control the body, the people, the mind. George Orwell's 1984 taught everyone, if you cared to listen, if you cared to read that book, it showed everyone exactly how this works. They take away words, literally. You can't say that. You can't say that word. This word, that word, this word, until there were only a few words. Food. Right? You're not allowed to say, I'm hungry. I would like a hamburger. I'm hungry. I would like a delicious fillet of salmon. You just say food, and they give you something. That's what they want. They don't want you to have options, choices, thoughts. You want to see where that one goes? Food. Here is your bug burger. You don't get an option. You don't get a say. Have a freaking bug burger. Food. Here's a bowl of porridge made out of algae. Drink. Food, drink, sleep. Imagine if you could only use one word and you were so beat up, so beat down, so destitute that, well, all you could do is survive. You see, that's what they want, is people worried about survival only. You'll own nothing and like it. Free speech. That's why they want to take it from you, so they can take everything from you, and you won't know how to complain. You won't have the ability or concept of what to do about it. Folks, being prepared, why is it that I sit down and talk about everything that happens every fucking day? It's so you can develop the concepts with me and talk about things with me freely and openly. Think about stuff, even if we have to use some code words. Think about it so you can understand it, so you can share it, so you can be intelligent and not ignorant. That is exactly why I'm here, is so you can learn and share with me and help others. Folks, chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Godspeed. Semper Fi.